Do you think Zion is talented enough to carry and be that franchise player like that for the Pelicans? And then my last question for you, we can get to this later. How important is the addition of Jordan Poole with Zion? Does that elevate them as a duo?
Okay, let me start with this. In terms of Zion, best case scenario, looking at it from a lens of what could he be on a championship team? He's a 6'6" power forward, bro. The starter that can't shoot, and he doesn't play that much defense. He played a little bit more defense last year. I'll give him credit on that. But I will say this: the thing that made Zion special from go was his ability to finish in the paint, and he's an elite playmaker. What do you
Hmm.
want out of a number one option? Can you do something elite offensively, and can you make the game easier for other players? I think Zion he checks both those boxes because I think he's an elite finisher, and I think he's a good to borderline great playmaker. He can pass the ball. So when it comes to offensively, I think yes, in the right situation, Zion could be a true number one guy. I really do think that offensively, but I think it's hard to build a team around him because he's a 6'6" power forward that can't shoot. So a team would have to be built a specific way to get him to his ceiling. And I say that to say this. I think you would have to build a 5 out type of offense where everybody can shoot because he can't. And I just think it's hard to build that type of team. And I think his current roster isn't built to do that. So yes and no, I guess to answer that question. And what was your other question?
How important or how good do you think him and Jordan Poole can be as a duo? Do you think Jordan Poole is a great backcourt piece that'll and will Zion help elevate Jordan Poole's game now that he's out of the depths of Washington, or is it don't
Jordan
matter?
Jordan Poole is a damn six man. Jordan Poole is supposed to come and get off the bench like Nick Young, do a couple hizzy twings, blow by a couple people, get a nice little layup, hit a couple of step back threes, and then when he get fourth quarter crunch time, come sit next to me, dog. That's what Jordan Poole is. I don't
Oh
think
man,
this edition is not that great. I think he's gonna have his moments. What does Jordan Poole do great? Like, what does Jordan Poole do that complements Zion?
shoot.
Is he a great catch and shoot guy? Is he? Because I'm really trying to ask. Like, off the catch, I think he's more of a creative, like creating his own shot. But catch off the catch, he need like this. This is why I love Trey Murphy next to Zion because he's a catch and
Yes,
shoot guy. Like
yes,
Jordan Hawkins, in theory, a catch and shoot guy.
yes.
Like I think that type of play style. And then it's like he should be okay. I mean, but
Well,
duo, hell no.
how do you feel about their picks? I mean, they brought in Fears. They brought in. I
Williams,
know you don't like Fears. I know you don't. What about Queen?
I like Queen, but they ain't helping him this year. I think they both whiffs for this year. Like what they'll be in the future, next 4 or 5 years, I don't know. But they whiffs right now. So, how do you feel about Zion and just they outlook over there in New Orleans?
Now I like Zion. I think Zion at his best is a great in trans, like amazing in transition player.
Mm-hmm.
But he can also he can he's amazing in transition on the fact that obviously he can be your scorer in transition, but he can also run the break and run the point in transition for your team as well. Being that elite playmaker that he is, and of course he is a dominant finisher on the inside, like it or not. Uh, he's amazing at the rim, whether it be finishing layups, whether it be whatever it is. He can get that ball in the basket at a high level, very efficiently in the painted area. Yes, like you said, his shot is not there, and if that's one part of his game where you saw early that he made an effort at least to try to do that, but it was very clear that that's not the strong suit. and he has to progress in that in order to really become the type of player, all around player that you would like. Um, I think Zion can overcome some of those challenges with the right pieces around him. In my opinion, I think the best player that he's played with was Lonzo Ball. I think Lonzo really unlocked Zion as a player, basketball player. We just didn't get to see it very much.
You don't think it's just too hard to build a really good team around Zion just due to
So I think the Pelicans have a very athletic roster with great wings, essentially, and 3D wings. And they don't have the perfect big next to Zion, in my opinion. They do not have the stretch, the athletic stretch five that would be a perfect fit next to Zion. And you need essentially a point guard that is okay being off the ball for the most part, but can get their own shot and play catch and shoot as well. They don't, and they've never really had that outside of when they had Lonzo Ball.
I think the center part of it is probably the hardest. That's the
But
hardest position to fill, bro. The
that's the hardest
stretch,
position to fill.
the stretch center that can still protect the rim
Yeah.
because Zion don't stretch the floor, he don't protect the rim, and those are two of the most important things in basketball. Can you shoot, and can we stop people from getting dunks and layups?
He
Like
protects the rim in a sense that he does it off the help or but he does not. He's not just a play you at center, you protect the rim, and you can anchor our defense. No, he's not that.
I I just think that if you because it's easy to say that. I felt that about Sabonis. We need this stretch five next to you that can block shots, be a little possibly, hopefully mobile, and can hit the three. Like bro, that's a lot of shit to ask for from a five.
Yeah, that's
So it's like,
why there's not many of those.
yeah. So it's like, I mean, I just think to maximize Zion will be hard just due to his limitations. But and then he's 6'6" power forward because he's going to be like he can hold up a little bit defensively, but it's like
You
it's
move him
just
to like a wing position, just play him at the wing.
it's just a little too, you know what I'm saying? That was
Hmm.
random, I'm sorry, but it's just I don't know. I just think it'll be just too hard to build around Zion. Even though I do think he has the skill set in terms of like what I said, like scoring and playmaking to be the number one guy. It's just
Hmm.
having to fill in those gaps with his deficiency, which it should just be too hard, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, how you feeling about them over under 30 wins and finishing 12th in the West?
Mm. They be just getting hurt too much because when they weren't hurt, Willie Green had them in a decent position last season before they got hurt. So that's their problem. If they can find a way to stay healthy, I think that's a little low for them. I granted I do know the West is kind of stacked, so like where do you fit in? But they're still going to be a good team. You're not going to want to play them. I think they have great defenders. They have lots of great 3D wings, young guys that will continue to develop for them. And then you have Zion that you have to deal with, along with plugging in, some of the new additions in Jordan Poole. So we will see how the Pelicans look going forward. Do I think they're like? I can't firmly say that. Like I said, I think they're a little better than 12. I think they're probably a lot for the play-in. I think they're like 10, but even still, it's the wild, wild west out there.
Uh, it seemed low to me. 30 and a half seemed kind of low to me. I guess share my screen again.
Mhm.
Let's see what it's looking like on the west side of things. Because 30 and a half did seem kind of low to me. So you have, okay, of course, OKC, Denver, the Lakers at 3 is crazy. That's too high.
It's a
Rockets,
little high, but I don't mind it.
Clippers, Timberwolves, Warriors is too high. That's crazy.
Warriors is kind of high.
Mavericks, Spurs, Grizzlies, Blazers, Grizzlies are too high. Uh,
Grizzlies are a little high. Spurs should be there, but they have to do it for me to believe it. Blazers and Pelicans. I think the
so
Pelicans should be able to
one,
beat the
two, three,
Blazers.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think the Pelicans should be looked at as better than the Blazers and the Grizzlies. In my personal opinion, Grizzlies might be better, but come on, Ja and Jaren Jackson.
Jaren already hurt.
I think the Pelicans is better than the Blazers, bro.
I think they're better than the Blazers too.
But then the Blazers could just be a crazy defensive team this year. They got so many dudes. But I don't see the Blazers scoring.
That's my only problem with them. They traded one of their better scorers away or let him go.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 locks. So I can see them being 10. I can see the Pelicans getting at 10th and sneaking into the play-in. I can see a world where they're better than the Grizzlies and the Blazers, and I can see a world where they're not as good. And I can see a world where even the Kings could sneak around and be better than the Pelicans. So yeah. I think this is the right tier for them. Anywhere from 10 to 13.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Damn, West is stacked.
The West is stacked. I think the Warriors are a little high. I don't think they'll be. Well, we'll talk about them in a second.
I do think this though. I think Trey Murphy, this is one of the biggest make or break years for Trey Murphy. I think he should be the second best player on their team. You talking about Jordan Poole? It's Trey Murphy for me.
That's a fair point. I need to see him take that step and really do it, but he has all the talent and potential to be, definitely that second best guy for sure.
And because I like they depth. I don't know. Is DeJounte Murray, like, when's he set to come back? Is he set to miss some time? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's missing, or if I don't know entirely about that. I can't remember. I know he was looking good for media day, but that's a little different than playing on the court.
I think DeJounte Murray. What would be their best five? So you say DeJounte, Trey, Herb Jones, Zion, and Messi.
Yeah.
Because I'm not starting Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, you a 6-man, bro.
You not start. They gonna start Jordan Poole over one of them.
Why?
I just think that's what they gonna do.
I would rather Jordan Poole.
They done trade it for him.
Yes, 6 men get a lot of burn.
Yeah, they do.
Jordan Poole is just. Some people just, it's like, that's why if I'll go after that type of archetype that's a little old in his career, because they'll know, hey man, them days, like Jordan Poole's not gonna be a star, bro. That shit is not.
That ship done sailed. You think
it was never there? We was tripping.
After the Warriors, after he was looking for the Warriors,
we was tripping. His field goal percentage wasn't that good in the damn playoff run. Like it just, he had his moments.
That man was doing some crazy stuff.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.